Oh, hey there, and welcome to the Ope-Eh Three-Way
Oh
Pro Wrestling
fuck!
Podcast. Um,
Yeah,
Donnie, what'd you do?
man, I had it in my mind the whole time. Can we start over? Start over. And I'm not stopping the
Rewind?
recording here, but just start over.
Okay. Oh, hey there, and welcome to the Ope-Eh Three-Way Pro Wrestling Podcast. This our
What?
episode 4.
Oh my god, it didn't even come
Absolutely
through.
nothing, Don.
Ah,
Absolutely nothing.
the fuck.
What happened?
He tried to crack a can.
The first
Nothing.
time I
Oh,
think I've ever done it on this podcast or tried to, it didn't fucking work. Piece of
it's
shit.
them faulty Canadian cans. That's what you get. Wait,
This is
is that
actually Czech beer. So, Czech bar
it's a what?
from the Czech
Chet's
Republic.
bar.
Czech bar.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I got some, great 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 grandparents from that region.
Czech bar.
Looks wonderful.
Yes. All right. Well,
So
I'll have
sorry
anyway,
about
to.
welcome to the OK Three-Way.
yeah. Sorry about hijacking the intro. I was thinking about it all afternoon because I actually had beer in the fridge for once. I was like, I'm gonna do it this time, and I fucked it
Well, good
up,
that you're in the spirit of things.
and then I
You're in the
fucked it up
spirit of things,
again.
Don,
Yeah.
and I appreciate you.
I'll
We
try my best.
appreciate it, Don.
That's what I appreciate about you. Well, fellas, I don't know about you, but I'm a broken blender here. I'm still trying to process things. We had a lot of happenings, didn't we, over the last 7 days?
Personally and professional wrestling wise, yes. I am moved into my new apartment. I am all settled. It is nice. I'm back alone. It's great. Um,
With them oak
Wrestling.
cabinets.
Got some oak cabinets that Donnie
Hell
thinks
yeah,
are
Bubba.
Amish.
Yeah, they look like they're Amish from here. Not that I'm saying that's a bad thing. It just looks like they were built without the joys of electricity.
Uh, possibly. Who knows? Um, but Don, how are things up in the Great White North?
They're okay, Derry.
Okay, there, eh?
They're okay, Derry. Yeah, everything's fine. You know, we're going through. Just watching as we're like wedding shopping, like venue shopping now. So we went out to like three or four
Oh,
places. We have more appointments to other places, and I'm just looking at how much more broke I'm gonna get as a result of this, and trying to figure out the best way for that not to happen. Which you can contribute to not letting that happen by following us on all of our social media accounts and our
hey.
content consumed on Spotify and YouTube.
And I'm posting some more TikToks. I feel like my last one actually had a pretty good ranking list for video games. I think I may have actually nailed the rankings. We're
Oh
tweeting
shit, I
out
wish I found
on
that one.
X. We're not posting many pictures on Instagram. We got to get better at that. We're
Who
I'll
created a
flood
Twitch
Facebooking.
that beef.
account? Who created the Twitch account? I'm curious.
Me.
That'll be Brandon.
What was the reason for that? Again, just curious. No judging here.
Well, no, I was just gonna at some point maybe try and sneak some content that away in the event that there was something that might be of interest. Just kind of it's broadening the horizons. That's all it's doing. Just a little bit of an extra something, something.
I've always known that to be like a streaming platform more than,
Oh yeah,
yeah, okay.
yeah, yeah. I mean, just in case like one of us decides to get an itch and be like, hey, it's there. So if people are looking to find a source of little bit of North American hilarity on the old streaming system there. That's where we be.
You know, they want to see me spend all of my waking hours playing Magic the Gathering. Maybe I'll just hijack it for that.
Okay, that's a thing.
I
There's a
could do
niche for
some
that.
Nuzlocks. Maybe we do a Soul Link, Don.
Oh, maybe.
A Soul Link. I'm
It's a
out of the loop.
So a Soul Link Nuzlocke, I'm hijacking it for this little bit. Soul Link Nuzlocke is a Nuzlocke between two people, and the encounters on the routes, they're connected, but they can't be the same type. So let's say I have a water type on my team. Don can't have a primary water type on his team. It has to be a secondary water type. So if it was ice water, psychic water, something like that, then he could catch it. And if my Pokemon dies, or vice versa, The linked Pokemon is also dead and can't be used.
Wow.
So,
As I said, I'm still processing. So
You're gonna
that
have to
went
do that
like,
for one of the harder ones, I'd say. Which
do
I
like a
mean,
ROM hack.
yeah, I mean, because like none of the baseline games are really all that difficult.
Well, you
Especially
add
if,
a Nuzlocke, that can get pretty tough.
I mean, you just grind the shit out of it if you really
No,
are that
I
bored.
fucking play with level caps. Gotta have a
Oh,
level cap.
this guy's sweaty.
It adds challenge to older games.
Mm.
That's all it does. It makes it more fun. But that's enough about Pokemon. I think we should talk about the happenings of the past.
All right then.
We have a very short on this day today. I only got two things. 1993, Hulk Hogan defeated WWF champion Yokozuna. Bloodline OG Yokozuna by DQ at a house show in Sheffield, England. This would actually be Hulk Hogan's last WWF match until 2002 when he returned.
Mm.
oh,
So do with that information as you will. I thought it was interesting. And we'll jump ahead 14 years, 2007. Uh, Vince McMahon would return to Raw after his limo exploded, and people thought he was dead, including possibly the commander in chief of the United States right now. Um, they had to cut that storyline short for obvious reasons.
mhm.
And
Yeah.
so in his first night back, he held a battle royal of 20 people to determine a new GM of Raw, with William Regal becoming the new GM.
And what a GM he was. Would have been a better WWE champion, but alas,
I
we
would
won't
agree.
cry over that spilled milk.
Um, but that's about it. We're going to talk about some happenings that happened today before we get into SummerSlam results. This does
Yeah.
not affect Donnie in the fucking slightest.
Yeah, it's because I live in
Uh,
one of the better countries in the world.
Yeah, way to go there, Don.
Yeah.
do you want to
You
sing
get
the national
one
anthem
in
real
your
quick?
column.
One
Yeah, you want
again?
to Ethan Page that shit?
Yeah,
You want to stand up in your
yeah, I was
chair?
gonna say, do I need to stop what we're doing right now and sing the Canadian national anthem? Because I will.
You can give us a quick "O Canada" if you like.
No, it's either all or nothing.
Well,
You can sing it softly as we're going over this little
Maybe I'll
blurb
just
here.
play the YouTube video in the background while Pierce is talking. Anyways, go on, Pierce.
so it was announced today
Take your
that
lap.
the PLEs and streaming for WWE in the United States would not be going to Netflix in 2026 like we expected. Instead, they are going to ESPN's new streaming platform, not ESPN Plus. It's a new streaming platform that they're creating. They also bought the NFL Network for this, which pisses me off personally because I love the NFL Network. And for $30 a month, you can get the PLEs now once they're live. And there's a bunch of other sports on it as well. But if we're talking strictly wrestling, that fucking sucks. That's annoying.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Yes. So I saw in there that they got in the contract like 10 PLEs for the first year, which makes me think if they're going to be starting to double up with PLEs, starting with the Royal Rumble, is that technically two or one? And then also, are we factoring in NXT with this?
Okay,
Is
it
NXT
doesn't
or
start
NXT.
right away. Doesn't start right away. It doesn't start January 1st of 2026. I think it starts like
so then what are we?
you're probably missing the Rumble and Elimination Chamber because I think I'm pretty sure I saw April is when it starts.
It's for sure WrestleMania is going to be
Yeah.
one of the PLE stream
Yeah,
next year.
they'd have to.
Also, there's
Um,
no guarantee that the Rumble this coming year isn't necessarily 2 days. We don't know for sure. All we know is that it's in
it's
Saudi.
one.
We don't.
It's one. They've announced it's one.
Oh, did they?
They
Okay.
said Nick Khan, I think, was saying that they want to do Survivor Series possibly 2 days next year, and Rumble 2 days in 2027.
Mm.
Oh, the 27 Rumble. Okay.
That being said, I get it. It's a business of making money, but this is not great for the diehard fan more than the casual fan, I would say.
No.
Diehards are not going to pay this much. I'm going to get a fucking VPN. It's going to cost me the same amount as I do Peacock per month.
Okay, so a couple things on that. On the outside looking in, the outside being I get everything all at once. Haha, you guys suck. People managed to do it.
Mm-hmm.
People managed to do it in the early days when every pay-per-view back then was $50 a month. So I mean, there's that. But beyond
I
But
that,
we're
never.
supposed to be better. We're supposed to be better now.
I mean,
They
it
made
still
the
is.
WWE network to make it more affordable. Then they moved it to Peacock. It was, I think, less than the WWE network was. And now TKO, we know how TKO is. They're moving it to ESPN to make it more expensive. And
Apparently, if you already have ESPN on cable, though, you'll get access to their
you'll
online
get, if you
service.
have the ESPN bundle and YouTube TV, cable, whatever, then you get it added on. But cable in the USA is not cheap anyway. You're still paying 50, $60 a month for that.
I
Yeah,
mean,
or if you're paying for YouTube TV, it's probably even more than that when you're trying to factor in what they would want for like,
So
the NFL and all that. And yeah, it's not going to be a cheap date regardless.
my solution is
So,
no,
to emigrate from the United States.
well, you might
maybe.
take umbrage with my track record, but maybe I can pull a few strings, you know, dig a few tunnels.
It's just it's a bad idea, and the TKO stock's already taken a hit. They're down like 5 points. It's
Yeah, there's
we'll
ebbs and
see how it
flows to
goes,
that
I
though.
guess, but it's they're getting paid a shitload of money per year. It's like I think they were getting paid 175 million for Peacock, and they're getting paid like 340 million a year for ESPN.
Oh
So
yeah,
good
that
on
Disney
them for
backing.
making more money and probably pricing out more fans, but it's bullshit, man. That's what I
I'm
think
not
about it.
excited to see those ticket prices for 42. Like, I want to do a direct comparison, even at like their highest. I feel like you're gonna, or even at high low. I feel like ultimately it's just going to be even more of a pricey experience, and that's shitty. Like, I mean, I'll save for it. Don't get me wrong. The ambitions to still go, but like, goddamn, I'm gonna hate myself when I'm there.
I
I'll just be like,
I don't know. I still
ugh.
feel like they know that some of their prices were a bit too expensive. Like tickets weren't moving at all until the last couple of weeks when they had multiple price drops. There was
Mm-hmm.
still 2-day bundles that they refused to drop at all that just weren't sold.
The
So
single day was the better option anyway, and we upgraded our tickets and got really good seats for
still,
not
what
much
ended
more
up
than
being
we originally
cheaper than
paid.
what the 2-day pack was sitting in the nosebleeds. But
Exactly.
SummerSlam tickets were uh, significantly cheaper. They were about $200 a night.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that it's going to be more than it was last year, given the challenges they had up until near the end to actually fill the stadium. But we'll see.
Yeah, a lot can happen between now and then too.
Mm.
That could warrant
Yeah.
a price, but
All right,
Uh,
but with that said, we're going to talk about SummerSlam.
the biggest
sure
SummerSlam,
party of
are.
the summer
yeah, biggest party ever, biggest summer party
ever
Mm-hmm.
ever. Yes.
because it
So
was
With
two
lots of
nights. We
surprises.
sold double tickets.
yeah,
Solid.
SummerSlam was at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, home of the New York Jets and Giants. Again, so stupid. But yeah, 2 day show. They got a total of 113,000 people over the 2 nights. Fair amount more on night two, though. I thought it would be a little bit closer in distribution between the 2 nights, but night two had 60 to night one's 53,000. We'll go over the card here. We'll obviously start off with night one, and the opener match was Roman Reigns and Jey Uso defeating Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in 21 minutes.
Yeah, I thought this was a fun match. I know we talked about it. We're a little surprised that the Bronze lost. But I mean, it's tough to not put over Roman in a sense, but he didn't get the pin. Jay did. And the Roman's character right now, he's not fully there. And I know we're not going to get an apology, but him taking some bullets for Jay and actually looking concerned while Jay was getting the shit kicked out of him, it's a start.
You're never
So
getting the apology. You're getting the apology is like what's a
Austin
good
Theory getting a push.
analogy? Yeah, Ring of Honor being relevant, John Cena actually having 18 championship reigns, etc.
Thank you for
So
not just singling me out on this.
no. I gotta give it. I gotta give it
I
both
was like, here
ways.
it comes, Austin Theory. Here comes Ring of Honor. What's TNA? Here we go. Let's whip it out.
A TNA wrestler winning an NXT title.
Sorry, what was that last one?
Yeah.
An or a TNA wrestler winning an NXT title.
I actually think that one's going to happen sooner rather than later. There's
We'll
more I
see.
could say, but I want to be polite to the talent that I might be chirping. But beyond that, where was I going with this? I don't even know. What was the thoughts on the match?
Like I said, it was a fun match. I think everybody looked good. Roman's dive was fucking insanity. He cleared those guys damn near.
Guys got hops.
Um, maybe he'll get a Jordan fucking contract from that.
Feels like he's
They
looking
sh-
for one.
he should realistically get one off of that. I mean, he's wearing fucking nice Jordans and clears those guys. That's a that's a pretty Jordan move if I ever said. You know,
I will say that, and we'll talk about more on the show later, when you said you're looking for the bronze and the Bronsons to win, I said they needed to win if their faction was still incomplete by the end of the night. But
Mm,
fair points. Fair
so
point.
mm.
yeah, I do want to take credit for that one. They needed the win if they were the top of their faction.
But yeah, I thought it was a good match. I mean, it's a good way to start the show. It's always good to get the crowd hyped with Jay and his entrance, as much as it may piss off one person who might be in this corner for me. Um,
Mm.
it's but he gets the crowd hyped. Roman coming out, even though they got his pyro kind of early. It seemed like the pyro was kind of off all weekend. Um,
Yeah, there was a couple of different things going on with production that was kind of iffy. I feel like sound was a little bit, there was a little bit of weird echo too in some
in
spots when it came up on TV.
in that open air stadium, it is kind of hard with sound. In a
Yeah,
enclosed stadium, the sound
I
will
just
no
accepted
bounce
the
off the
fact
walls.
that
But
the crowds sound worse in open air stadiums. That's just there's constantly feedback of like, oh, it sounds like nobody's cheering at the stadium show, blah blah blah. No, the acoustics are much worse than they are in arenas. It's a known fact.
yeah,
So
yep.
can't expect that to
so,
be
but yeah,
perfect.
um, Brandon, what do you think of the match?
I thought it was actually pretty good. I mean, Braun and Bronson getting their shit in, I'll always be a fan of. And right, even if Seth had not, or their faction, I should say, had not been completed by Night's End, I still thought it was a solid performance from both. I mean, Roman getting that hop in and then tucking his chin at the last minute to avoid, Undertakering himself, uh, was
One
totally
way to put it.
pro. What's that?
It's one way to put it.
Oh yeah, yeah. WrestleMania 25ing it. You know, didn't have a. Luckily, he had a more than a Sim Snuka to catch him behind the camera. So, but yeah, the Jays were saved in that match. They weren't reclaimed. I don't know why Roman didn't pursue the Shula Fala more. I guess they don't mean them. Well, I mean, it's Roman Reigns. He can buy any damn Shula Fala he wants, right? But
Well, not a Shula Fala
I,
to him. They're just shoes to him.
yeah, well, I mean, when you tie the laces and then you do the thing, I mean, I don't see Roman ever wearing Shula Fala. Maybe that's his next character when he comes back from being a Kuma. But
He's going to be back in
uh,
2 weeks.
how many?
Two.
Is it
He's
going to be that
scheduled for
fast?
the 18th on Raw.
Yeah, so
Oh,
apparently, filming doesn't start until October now.
interesting. Okay, well, maybe there's a chance he turns up in Milwaukee. Oh, what am I saying? That's not going to happen. Well, actually, it did happen for SmackDown. Well, we'll see.
Last year,
Um, huh?
it happened last year. We were in the stadium.
That's what I was saying. I caught myself. Yeah, and I remember that. So maybe. Uh, yeah, I want to see Roman and Bronson fighting over shoes. That'd be funny as shit. Otherwise, this was, like you said, pretty solid match. I concur wholeheartedly.
I
Next,
also want to shout out Braun Breaker for pulling a Kurt Angle.
Yes,
Yeah, he straps down. He pulled him back up, pulled him off again.
always mark, always mark for that spot.
So dumb, so fun.
French fry short of a Happy Meal, but I'll eat the whole thing anyways. It's fine. Phrasing, but anywho,
are you guys good?
Yes.
Okay.
I got my
Uh,
shit.
oh my God. Uh, uh,
Uh,
uh.
All right.
I gotta make sure I'm not getting cut off again. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are your new women's tag team champions. They defeated Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez in 13 and a half minutes.
I think that was
I mean,
fine. Um, I apologize, Brandon. I don't really
no,
have too
you're all
much to
right.
go off of. They had the possible breakup spot with Alexa hitting Charlotte, but they decided against it and gave them the titles. I think that's completely fine. It seems like maybe the Judgment Day are going a different direction after what we saw on Raw, and they had a rematch. Um, yeah, I'm excited to see what they do next with the women's tag titles. Brandon,
Yeah, no, I mean, in the match at SummerSlam, I thought Rox and Raquel wrestled it better. I thought they had better chemistry as a team. Uh, that being said, if we're talking about furthering, like particularly Charlotte, when she in the post show is talking about, and it really just kind of lends to what we were talking about earlier, like she takes all these strays for no fucking reason as a person. So it helps to bolster her support for her character in the ring and for her person as well. So when you get Alexa coming along, being an actual friend, an ally for her,
They're not
and then
friends.
them wearing the tag,
That's the whole
well, an
gimmick. They're
ally,
not. They're not friends.
friendishes, friend,
workplace
mm,
acquaintances.
Yes.
yeah, associates, if you will. Uh, but she has something like that, and I think it's good. I think it'll be interesting to see how they develop as a team. I think ultimately it ends in Alexa betraying Charlotte, where you get the rare Charlotte as a face in a rivalry. But uh, I thought the match itself was not bad. It's good to see Raquel coming more into her own in ring. I will say that. Uh, Weird that you have someone who calls themselves the prodigy getting nailed with the same move twice in 3 nights and losing via that. But I mean, Raquel, I will say, and I've said this about her before, and I hope to see it going forward, is definitely much more in her bag. Allegedly, Big Daddy Cool gave her some advice on working big, and he likes to, hype himself up for that now. But whatever she's doing now, it's working.
Who doesn't
So,
like getting their shit in? Booker
And who
T,
doesn't
right.
like Kevin Nash?
Bubba Ray Dudley. They love saying how great they are.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, your
yeah,
boy BJ Ray can attest to that, Pierce.
yeah. The match
Right.
was fine. We'll see what happens. I mean, the thing with Roxanne getting pinned. I mean, she's still the least experienced person, technically speaking, of the four, and Alexa is what, a five-time women's champion, 4 or 5 time women's
Hmm.
champion. So it's not like it's just
Five-time
some
women.
nobody. Yeah, it's not like it's just some nobody pinning her for what it's worth. But yeah, we'll see how this tag team sticks around. I honestly don't know who would go against them because even though there's more attention on the women's tag division with these two teams, there's not really much more beyond that. So
I think the easiest route to go is they could run a third match with the Judgment Day, but I don't want them to. You
they
got the
shouldn't.
Kabuki Warriors right there, even though I
Yeah,
don't want them as a team. Or you go with the curveball and do let the Secret Harvest come in.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
how have they not been in the picture?
I think all of those teams, well, maybe not the Kabuki Warriors, but certainly Secret Harvest. It's like, are they really credible threats to beat who has what? How many championship reigns? Them 19 championship reigns between the two of them, ignoring tag.
19 World and I think 4 tag, maybe 3 or 4.
This would be five now because I think this is Charlotte's first tag titles, right?
Okay.
This
I
second.
think
Okay,
it's her
so then it's
second.
six. So then it's six because I think this
Yeah.
is Alexa's fourth reign as tag champion. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's I don't think though there it's going to be hard to get legitimate competition for two talent that's as experienced as them, but we'll see what happens. In 8 minutes, Sami Zayn defeated Karrion Cross.
Ugh. That was a hard watch.
You want to talk about
it was
burials?
it was such a hard watch, man. Oh man. And to this day, no pen to paper on this new contract extension that we would hope they'd be offering them.
Doesn't seem like it's going to happen either.
What's the point? Where does Carrion go from here?
Right?
I'm the biggest Carrion supporter, and he should have won this match, but they let Sammy win, and they didn't even give it like Shades of Grey where he used the pipe to win. You know what I mean?
No, it was
He
very
threw the pipe
decisive.
away. He said, "Fuck it," and then he just Helluva kick W. That was it.
It
It
was a
just
hard
felt
watch.
kind of pointless, and
If they have
it
no
sucks for
intention of
Carrion and Scarlett.
if they have no intention of re-signing him though, then why go through the extra steps though? You know what I mean? Like if there's
I would
zero intention for
say to
WWE to
give
re-sign Karrion
Sammy some
Kross,
sort of
why would
development
you?
for his character.
But why does that matter if they're not going to re-sign him? His contract's done this weekend. What's the point? Like we talked about this on
I,
the prediction show where it's like if Sami Zayn wins this match, Karrion's likely done. That's
mhm.
what. Yeah, I even went as far as saying it could be a loser leaves match, right? Because he has to win if he's going to stick around. But if he's not, then there's no reason to let him do anything really, and that match really showed that. I would be shocked if he got re-signed, and I think there was never any intention on bringing him back. So that's it. Bye bye. Like sucks for the fans of him, but like
Wherever he goes next, him and Scarlett, I'm sure will thrive. So
I mean,
You hope to see it.
we say that. I want to look. I don't want to be a hater here, but like the last time he left, what did he end up doing? Do you remember?
I
then
mean,
you
he
go
was
back.
an MLW for a minute,
He worked in
but
that weird Fed that was made by it was him and Braun Strowman and who was the other
Oh,
guy?
the control your narrative.
control your narrative.
Yeah,
Yes, EC3 Braun and whoever the fuck,
yeah.
can't remember his name.
So like I'm sure there's gonna be like indie stuff for him, but like there wasn't a market for him the last time he was on the market. Does that suddenly change, given that he's still proven nothing in the ring?
I think he's your like a blood sport constant. I think he's GCW bound if anywhere.
I could see that.
Yeah,
He's
hopefully
very good at
that,
blood sport. I can tell you that. I really liked his match because he gets to show the jujitsu. He gets to show striking. In WWE, it's not really about that. It's not that his character work in WWE wasn't great. It was. It's just
WWE doesn't want people that look like Carrion to have martial arts expertise.
I was gonna say it depends on who you are, and right, Carrion's like one of the brawler types, right? Or like it's one like I was saying. I feel like there's guys who have these qualities that Carrion possesses collectively, but they do those things better than he does. And that's where you kind of have Carrion, who just kind of an all around in the middle, Mario Luigi and Mario Kart type, where it's like nobody's trying to pick him consistently, but
That's yeah.
he's there.
If you want to like, you think of again. I hate to be too critical here, but I think he warrants some conversation considering this may be his last match ever in WWE. They just brought in Aleister Black.
Mm,
Okay, Aleister Black likely fills a relatively similar role that Karrion Kross does. Is that fair to say?
yeah.
yeah.
Aleister Black can wrestle circles around Karrion Kross. That is fact.
Yes.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
argue it.
So when it comes to that, it's like yeah, you could have one on each show. Like there's maybe roles for both, but we talked about this when it's like oh, you're letting all the comedy wrestlers go and getting rid of all the comedy in WWE and this and that back when before R-Truth got canned, right? Like inevitably, there's only so many spots on the roster, and there's only so many typecasted spots you want to have on the roster that redundancies don't necessarily provide a lot of value. And if they decide they
Right.
want to strap their horses to Aleister Black's cart over Karrion Kross's cart,
At the end of the day, it's a business, and if
yeah.
they don't have anything and don't see anything in the guy, despite how popular he may be, you just move forward.
Well,
I
and
do
that's at
not.
the end of the day too.
I don't see them doing a knee jerk. Sorry, Brandon. I don't see them doing a knee jerk rehire back a la R-Truth either, especially considering how well
I,
that's gone since.
I was gonna say on that note, like people were jumping for Truth when he came back too. It got millions of views on socials, and then shaves his head, styles it out. He's our Truth. He's our killing. Ron Killings. What is
He's
he?
R-Truth.
I mean,
He's R-Truth. He's
he's
been
in
R-Truth.
he's in catering now is where he's at. But
Yep, he
I
is in
mean,
catering.
that kind of is that's the long and short of what WWE and thinks about fan contribution, and Braun Strowman kind of alluded to that too over the old Twitter machine. So we'll
Yeah.
see how that affects his
Yeah,
potential
we'll
rehire
we'll
prospects.
we'll, we'll see, man. What was next,
Yeah, I
Don?
mean, like I said, hope the best.
We had Tiffany Stratton defeating Jade Cargill to retain the WWE Women's Championship in 7 minutes.
This was
Damn,
short.
Yeah.
Jeez.
felt longer than that.
The shortest match of the weekend, ignoring. Yeah, it was the shortest match of the weekend, ignoring the last match of night one, technically speaking.
Yeah, it was fine. I'm surprised, but I'm also not surprised with the Tiffy win. Um, yeah, I mean, it made sense that with Jade fucking up and over rotating, and foot's on the rope, and then she gets caught in something, going for something like big. It made sense, and it seems like on Twitter, Jade's kind of been like, "Yep, I suck. I agree. I'm terrible. This, that." So maybe we get a character shift for Jade. Um, I still think there should have been a character shift for one of them that day, and no Bianca in this match at all either. It was clean
Yeah, that
as a
was weird.
whistle. Um, and I have no idea where Tiffany goes from here, unless she's going straight into a feud with Bianca. But like, I don't know who she feuds with. Naya again? Like nobody wants to see that.
No, it's not going to be
Well, she's
Naya.
Naya's NXT now,
That's
so
that's only a
effectively, I mean,
temporary thing too. I feel like, but
but it precludes her from like feuding with Tiffany for
so
championship again.
who's left on the SmackDown Women's roster that she could? Charlotte, or sorry, not Charlotte. Chelsea Green would be my first guess, which is like,
I guess that would make sense for her next challenger, but it seems like Chelsea's also going NXT first a little bit.
and she's always
Well,
kind
she's
of
on
been
Raw.
in and out. But beyond
So I don't
that,
know.
like, who do you have on SmackDown?
Bianca's legit it. Like
Bianca,
Yeah,
there's nobody else. Unless they are doing some NXT call-ups like you alluded to what they do after SummerSlam. Uh unless you bring up like well, and I'm trying to think of NXT too. Like, do you bring up like a Solaruka or a Zarya? Do you bring up Jordan Grace? Like well, Jordan Grace I think has something coming up anyways. I think she's gonna be vying, if
yeah. No,
I'm
those
not
Sol
mistaken.
Ruka Zarya are not an option.
Jordan's in
They're
a feud with Blake
Jordan's
Monroe. They
in.
got to
Yeah,
clear that out.
no, the
Yeah.
Uh,
So
there's
they're all tied
the only option's
up.
Bianca. So that's what they do great. I'm sure it'll be a good match, but it's this match was generally okay.
it
Like I don't really.
was a match that happened. It's pretty disappointing, honestly. Like, you have your Queen of the Ring winner against, you know, your main women's champion on SmackDown, one of the more popular fan, preferred talents, and you put on a match that seems like it was an afterthought. It wasn't particularly good.
It would have made more sense for this match to be on SmackDown than on
Yep,
SummerSlam.
I agree.
Well, and that's the thing too. And people are talking about like, well, Matt Morgan being a prime example. Like, how do you not put a title on someone with that look? And I think that's a lot of what people are. I mean, right? It was never going to be a long match. It was never going to be, a fucking 30-minute classic or what have you. I mean, and they alluded to the fact that Tiffany is good for how much experience she has. And we all know about Jade's experience, right? She's getting better. I think she'll be ready for world titles by like next year, hopefully, if like her continued improvement, goes the way it is. Because it wasn't like it was a god awful. It was one of her better matches by and large, I think.
At the same point in time, they never really let it get to a second gear.
No,
They hit 2 finishes and that was it. Like it never got to a point where it could get to the point to see how good both these women are. It was just fine generally.
yeah, I almost wish it would have been. I almost wish they would have done like a match between the two of them prior, like non-title, but something for them to kind of feel each other out. Because, right, if they are both relatively inexperienced, or if they could use, like, then why would you put them together in a match on one of your biggest shows of the year for nothing more the reason than to fill space?
Jade Cargill's only had. I'm looking at her match history here. She's only ever had one singles match go over 10 minutes in WWE.
Mm,
So I mean, I can't say where she should be surprised. I guess given that information, but
yeah. I mean, she's got a very specific style she wrestles too. So, and it's kind of like, I mean, I think we alluded to her being like the Goldberg of the women's division when she was in AEW. I mean, obviously the streak alluded to that, but in WWE, it doesn't seem like they're trying to do too much different. And why would they need to, right? If she can be a draw on her own, I mean, then there's no need for her to wrestle clinics if she's even capable of doing so.
mm,
I don't know. It was disappointing because they never let them get to a second gear. It stayed in first and they coasted to a finish. That was
yep,
that.
yep, I would agree.
Yeah. But I
Uh,
mean, yeah, we'll see where Tiffy goes. Bianca's probably the next, like we said, the
only
next up. And then maybe that leads to a Jade feud. So
Who knows?
Drew
Those are the
McIntyre.
5.
Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul defeat Randy Orton and Jelly Roll in 17 minutes.
I apologize. I did not mean to interrupt you. I was asking what the next match was. Anyway, this match fucking ruled. Holy crap, this was good. I did not expect it to be this good. Jelly Roll was awesome. I'm so shocked at how well he did. And he took a lot of shit. And he took the pin.
Yeah.
And apparently, it was on Cody's podcast today or yesterday, he asked Triple H to take the pin because the celebrity always comes in, wins, and then goes away. He wanted to do it because it makes sense for him to come back and then have revenge on these people who beat him. I mean, I don't understand why he has such a good choke slam. His black hole slam on Drew looked great. I mean, he did exactly what he needed to do, and he took a lot of punishment. And I thoroughly enjoyed this match. I thought it was up until this point the best match of the night.
well, even just his emotes too, his body language. He's not an actor; he's a musician, right? So like him, trying to convince Randy that he needs to go in there first, and get him some Drew and Logan and that, and then him getting carted out, before the finale of the match or what have you. Like you could tell he definitely was putting in work. And I mean, that splash from Logan, man, that was kudos to both guys. I mean, and I've given Logan his flowers too for coming in and, committing to the game and improving and showing what he's got, being an athlete. Honestly, I feel like given time and reps, like if Jelly Roll really wanted to go ahead with it, I mean, it's a little bit more of a curve, right? Because he's not like a natural athlete per se. So, there's that works against him, but like, he still definitely has like I don't know if you call it like a charisma. Like it's not like he was tripping over himself or anything like that in the ring at all. Um, it'd be interesting to see if he came back and if he got into like Bad Bunny tier of celebrity involvement.
Is Logan
But
Paul the most well-rounded wrestler in WWE right now?
I feel like it's hard to make an argument against it. I mean, he can maybe if he threw some subs in there, but like,
And
I mean,
apparently he wants to wrestle in Japan.
oh God Almighty, yeah. I mean, anything can happen, right?
Like
I wouldn't bet the house on it, but
between his character work, his actual just like celebrity status that he brings, and his in-ring work, like I'm hard pressed to think of someone that's more well-rounded than he is, which is it's a huge compliment for him, quite frankly. Again,
Yeah,
ethics
mhm.
absolutely.
aside, it's gonna be a theme over this weekend. Ethics aside, like he's damn good at wrestling. His mic work and promo work has gotten significantly better than when he started. He was a very quick
Oh
learner
God,
in
yeah,
both elements. Um,
natural.
yeah, he's just very, very good. And anybody who wants to tell you otherwise is, quite frankly, an idiot. Like he's one of, if not the most well-rounded, complete talent that WWE has access to right now.
I would
Hard to
agree.
say anything against it. That's for
So,
damn sure.
match was fun though.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Yeah, you're never used to the faces winning, but or the heels winning, I should say.
No, none of us called that one.
But nope.
I'm glad the heels won. I think it made for a more compelling match, and I'm all for another Jelly Roll match after that.
Hell yeah.
I'm all for a Drew social media menace stable. I'm all for Drew leading Logan Paul, KSI, fucking who are the other marks on there who are
Mr.
trying to or like
Beast,
I show speed. Oh yeah, no
Naomi.
Mr. Beast.
You gotta get Naomi in there. All the social media menaces.
and then Big
Oh
Jim.
yeah, she's got a big game. Yeah, she talks a big game.
No, she has a big gym.
That too.
Yes, that she lewdly alludes to quite frequently on her medias. Makes me blush sometimes.
Co-main event.
Yeah.
The co-main events of the evening.
Okay, Don.
CM Punk defeated Gunther to become the World Heavyweight Champion. And then, immediately after, in the other co-main event, Seth Rollins successfully cashed in his Money in the Bank contract and is the new World Heavyweight Champion.
Also
So
successfully rused me. I was very
Ruse Extension.
rused.
Let's talk about the Gunther CM Punk match first. That was fantastic. That was old school wrestling. That was very like 1980s WCW, like just pure wrestling. It wasn't like showmanship. It wasn't pomp and circumstance. This was just two dudes trying to prove who the best was. And
Ring of Honor.
I'm
It
gonna
was like
breeze by that
what?
comment and continue on what I was talking about because we don't need to talk about a dead company right now, even though I just talked about WCW. Um,
Mm.
yeah, this was fucking fantastic. Obviously, CM Punk's my favorite wrestler of all time. I've said that multiple times. Gunther is climbing up my GOAT list for personal, like, greatest wrestlers that I like.
Very good.
Excuse me, I had to take a drink of water. When Gunther got busted open, it was a crack in the shield. I know we kind of talked about this off. The whole thing with Gunther is that he thinks he's better than you. He's going to wear you down and he's going to beat you. But as soon as he gets a little crack in his shield, he breaks. And like his biggest enemy is his arrogance because he thinks he's better than everybody. And at the top, arrogance will get you knocked out. And that's exactly what happened here. He got arrogant. He started posing on the desk. Punk swept his legs like a certain Cobra Kai man named Johnny, and he started bleeding, and the crack showed. And then he did two of the best GTS sells I think I've ever seen in my life.
Mhm.
Staying on his feet, clearly out. Punk's like, well, may as well just do it again. Boom, and then he just flat backs, passes out. 1, 2, 3, new champ.
Yeah, I mean, speaking to the Gunter match itself, like it was interesting because Punk had mentioned outrightly that this would be the first match. I think even spanning back through his time in AEW where he wasn't wrestling somebody and it wasn't like immensely personal. Maybe the Joe match is more like a nostalgia trip than anything. It wasn't personal by any stretch, but you think of everybody who he wrestled, like Eddie Kingston, Hangman Page, Jack Perry, John Moxley. In AEW alone, those guys, speaking as four examples, and then everything since he's come back to WWE, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre,
Roman, Cena,
huh?
Roman and Cena.
Yeah, Roman Cena. Yeah, exactly. So this being arguably the first match or easily the most high profile match he's had that has not been personal. And then you see him just, throwing chains together like it's 2005 again. Granted, it's with Punk in 2025, so it kind of showed there, unfortunately. But he can still go in that regard. And it was cool to see him go with Gunter. They're both friends outside the ring from what we've seen in Untold. So, like, I'm sure they definitely went over in ring stuff before. Like, they definitely had a good chemistry. It felt very, it flowed really well. And, right, Gunter, his hubris got the better of him. Someone made him bleed his own blood. And I thought the way it was going to go, it seemed predictable. But I mean, Punk definitely clawed through a lot of that match to get to where he got. So it felt earned until, of course, someone decided to come out with a briefcase and crutches and disagree on that notion. But
Yes. So, what are our thoughts on what happened post match?
So we all agreed that his win was not great, but he's now got like two of the top 5 cash-ins of all time, in my opinion.
Yep.
That was, I don't think, I mean, we all kind of expected maybe he was faking it because we hadn't heard anything. Nothing had changed. His music hits, he comes out on crutches. We think it's just him. I'm going to get you one of these
That was
days.
horrible crutch usage, by the way, when he came out on that stage. It was so obvious by the way that he was walking out with those crutches that he was fine.
Yeah,
so
but I
says
think
Donnie, resident crutch critique.
He was putting all his weight on the bad foot.
he was.
He was. You're not wrong.
The fact that he was faking it outside of the ring, at home, like he had to tell his daughter that they were playing pretend and all that, and
Which she then
he
snitched
comes
out to
out.
her daycare provider.
He did snitch to her preschool teacher,
That's funny.
and it just like it was great, like genuinely one of the best cash-ins probably of all time. I think it's top 5.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and it's fun too because it happened on the only other guy who had 2 cash-ins in the course of the Money in the Bank's existence, and similar manner to how CM Punk screwed Jeff Hardy out of the World Heavyweight Championship back in 09. So, in multiple means, you can call it a comeuppance because not only that, but he also now holds the record for the shortest ever World Heavyweight Championship reign, to which Drew McIntyre, I'm sure, celebrated egregiously.
For what it's worth, Edge also had 2 Money in the Bank cash-ins.
That's
But
true.
he did
But
not win anything on that.
asterisk, yeah. We'll put an asterisk by that one. But you know what I mean, damn it. Donnie, come on now. You already
Yeah, it's
had
like
your
I'm
victory
pretty sure
lap.
he cashed in against 2 separate people.
Well, yes, that's true, but he didn't climb the ladder for the second one.
No.
Took advantage of a bad prognosis.
No.
Diagnosis.
He still did.
You know what I'm trying.
So what do we think of night 1? What are we rating it?
Eh,
6.
let's see. So, ooh,
I'm about 7. I think most of the matches delivered. The main event and then the cash-in were great, and then the Jelly Roll and Randy Orton, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre match exceeded my expectations. There was one dud, unfortunately, it was the women's title match, and then the Karrion and Sammy match. The middle of the card kind of sunk, but then it came back up at the end.
I wasn't overly
Yeah,
thrilled. Sorry, I'm going to cut you off there because I just started before you. I wasn't thrilled with the
that's all
first
right.
2/3 of the card. The Roman and Jay match was okay. The Charlotte and Alexa match was okay, but nothing great. The next two didn't need to
Mhm.
be on the card, right? That's 2/3 of your way through your card with like not a lot of great, exciting stuff. The back third was better, but overall pretty disappointing, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think I give it a 6 based on that too. Like when you let the emotion of the cash in die down, I think overall, yeah, you can't really overlook just the kind of blase elements.
So that takes us
I
to
don't know,
night.
Tiffin.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I feel like maybe I could have brought it up during the women's title portion, but I feel like Tiffany's been pretty protected through this whole reign of hers, and she needs a rival. I'll just say
She's
that she
undefeated
needs
in
like an actual.
2025 for what it's
She needs a
worth.
rival, right? But for whatever that's worth, she needs more though.
There's not
But
really anyone equipped for
that's
that,
all.
I don't think, on the SmackDown roster. I don't even know if there's
Just
anyone
need
equipped for that on the Raw roster, to be honest with you.
she needs a defining match or feud. And we thought it was going to be Charlotte, didn't happen. Maybe we thought it was going to be Jade, didn't happen.
I don't think
I
anybody
thought it
So
thought
was
it
gonna
was
be
going to be
Naya,
Jade.
what about
but
Sunday?
Start off with Naomi successfully defending her Women's World Championship by defeating Rhea Ripley and Io Sky in 16 and a half minutes.
These women's triple threats, man, they're fucking great. Um, Naomi looked really dominant for a good stretch of the match, which I liked, and made it seem like it wasn't just a flash in the pan cash in for her. She showed why she's the world champ. Rhea got pinned. I think that shocked maybe all of us, especially me, because I said Io was getting pinned. But yeah, I thought this match was great. I thought it was a lot of fun. I'm glad Rhea took a pin and not Io, because it maybe will help give some character to Rhea, which we kind of saw on Raw. Maybe there's a little turn happening somewhere soon. But yeah, Naomi and Io next week. That should be a lot of fun. This match was great in my eyes.
yeah, can't disagree with it. I mean, it was cool. Like they gave Naomi that bit where she got to come down to the ring with her dad too, which I had no idea he was actually an acclaimed guitarist. But then you give that to her. That's real special. And I said it before too when she came out on Raw for the first time. She made Io and Rhea look a league beneath her, or not a league. That's a little hyperbolic, but like a, she definitely outshined the both of them. And I think she's definitely well within her bag as women's world champion. And I think she's gotten shit on by a lot of people for a long time who are being like, oh, she's definitely not like any of these new women. She doesn't hold a candle to the new breed in the ring and da da da. It's like, no, she always could go. And now like she's getting this reign, which is well deserved, and she's getting a chance to expand on her character, generate intrigue. And I think the match with Stephanie in Paris is gonna be a fucking barn burner. Um, who's going to win that match is hard to say. I'd like to think they keep putting gas under Naomi just because this is seemingly her final run, and who knows how much time we get with it. But I'm very happy with Naomi as women's world champion. I didn't think I was gonna be, but I'm very excited to see more. And I think Naomi definitely kept up. I think the triple threat at SummerSlam, I don't want to say it's like A and A prime when it comes to like comparison of the match quality that was at WrestleMania, but it was pretty damn close. It was a close number two uh, between the two women's triple threats for titles this year.
Yeah, it was a good match. I think like when you had such a good match between Io and Rhea at Evolution not that long ago, and you had the triple threat match that happened at WrestleMania, it's really hard to live up to both of those, and I don't think it did. But that doesn't mean it was a bad match. That just means it wasn't as good as those very, very, very good matches.
Yes,
It's a high bar to pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Rhea and Io specifically have been continuously setting the bar for, and that's saying a lot because women's wrestling has been fantastic for the last like at least year straight. But then you have Rhea and Io who continue to exceed themselves and the rest of the roster by continually putting on great matches. And their feud's probably only really just getting started because Rhea still has to pick up a dub on Io. So whenever that happens, it's probably going to be a 5-star without question. But
Next match here is the six-pack tables, ladders, and chairs match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. The Wyatt Six successfully retained over everybody else in the SmackDown division in 16 minutes.
Oh, yes! I love that!
It fucked.
so he probably
Are we surprised?
Montez probably didn't love that. Not at all.
It was. I
Oh, it
expected it to
was.
be the match of the weekend, and I was very, very, very sports entertained during that match.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I didn't expect the Wyatt Six to come down and assist in that match. That should have been blatantly obvious from the start in my mind, but it wasn't against the rules. I mean, if we really want to freebird this shit all the way out, then hell, Eric and Uncle Howdy and Nikki were just as, relevant or belonging in that match as anyone else. I I was kind of I don't know if I was sports entertained the same way. I don't know. What did you think of like the 4 table spots where it's just like, whoa, here you got a table in that corner. Well, I'm going to put a table in this corner, and whoa, and we're all just flying
Right.
around, jumping through tables
I mean, when you
situated
have
at
12
the four
guys in the
posts.
match, like, what are you supposed to just have like? When a match of that size with that many groups of people, like you kind of have to expect some amount of like multi-ball spots, so to speak. And I think that was totally fine.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, this was not just any TLC match. This was an SJ TLC match, a Slim Jim TLC match. Slim Jim tables, ladders,
Fair.
and chairs.
But what
So add that into it for sports entertainment.
they missed out on the ladder though. Could have brought the ladder back
Candice
for this
LeRae
one, but
didn't. Candice LeRae did not miss out on the ladder.
Well, she missed holding on to the ladder.
And then she died.
Yeah, she sure did. She
yeah, that's the
went.
Candice LeRae that I know.
She went flying. Good God.
Mm-hmm. Mother of a 3-year-old. Yeah, just imagine being the child and just like watching dad shove shove mom off a fucking ladder, smashing into that knees first. There's been a track of that recently that I've noticed. A lot of people going into these ladders like feet first, and that cannot feel great.
And speaking of
I don't
feet
know.
first, how about Tommaso Ciampa having just insane core strength?
Oh
That was
yeah,
fucking awesome.
hanging up.
I'm not surprised by that at all.
That's old man strength right
I mean,
there.
I need some more water, so you guys talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, that's
no,
old man
Tommaso
strength.
Ciampa. Yeah, that core strength. I mean, Tommaso's always been a jack dude. And I mean, obviously, like him being a smaller guy too, like that would definitely come into play, be beneficial for him in that spot. I thought it was cool how they tried to make like a replication of because it's the only tag team not present in the crowd that evening, right? They had to replicate Edge spearing Jeff off the belts, and then Tommaso was just like psych, shoots him up. I won't say Milwaukee's finest, but he definitely represents us well. Um,
Yeah, he does.
but
Good match.
yeah, no, it was great. I thought it was great for Axiom or for Axiom. Glad the Wyatts retained.
Yeah, I mean, it fucked. I don't know what else I can say.
Yeah, that's what we expected. That's what I expected. That's what we
That's what we
got.
all expected.
Yes.
They all said it is going to fuck.
Yes.
Fuck it did.
And fuck it did.
Becky Lynch defeated Lyra Valkyria to retain the Women's Intercontinental Championship, and as a result, Lyra can no longer challenge Becky for the championship.
Womp womp.
25 minutes.
went way too long. Kind of sloppy in points. This is probably their worst match that they've had together, which is unfortunate. Yeah,
I
I
like that they're
mean,
trying to showcase brutal Becky in this, though. Like Becky was really going all out with some of these spots, like just trying to punish the shit out of Lyra, which is what you want to do,
yeah,
right?
but then you also have the spot with the zip ties and they break, and she's got to like, oh no, I'm still zip tied. Look, I'm definitely still zip tied.
Yeah, that was
And
something.
I mean, I'm glad the Bailey interference happened, and we kind of all said that she was going to cost her. It wasn't because of a turn, but it still leads credence to that story between Bailey and Lyra. So, and I guess Becky is now going against Nikki Bella for reasons. And so,
I mean, didn't she already bury her on Raw?
oh yeah,
Good God.
Yeah, she can win the title in a worst case scenario, but there's not really much you can do to come back
Uh,
from that one.
no, anything that Nikki Bella has to say now, it's
Shut up, bitch!
like you just bring
There you
back
go.
that Becky promo there, and good God, that was a murder.
See, this is why
cannot.
I'm glad she won.
I also want to say that Lyra can seemingly wrestle better with her hands cuffed than many talent with both of their arms free. She's very good.
She is.
And like
She,
Yeah,
the
she,
cuffs breaking is like not her fault. Could they have improvised? Maybe. But inevitably they had spots that they had planned for her being tied up, so
I know the Emporium's not open yet, but in a hot take, she's kind of my dark horse for the women's rumble this year or 2026.
could be.
mm,
Could be.
I mean, she's got as good a chance as anyone. I can't see why she wouldn't. It's not that hot,
Um, then after
but
that, sorry, go ahead.
nope, that's it. That's all I
Okay.
wanted to say about it.
All right, cool. Solo Sikoa successfully defended the U.S. Championship by defeating Jacob Fatu in 12 and a half minutes. This match was
Ugh.
not good.
Solo's great, Jacob's great, but sometimes you get two wrestlers that are good and they just don't produce good matches. I mean, their Night of Champions match was generally okay, but minus Cole's, it's Tonga Tala's brother commentary, but it's it's just sucks that these two just don't mesh well. It's kind of like Brian Danielson and Okada. You get two very good wrestlers together who you expect like magic from. Not saying we're expecting that level of magic, but like even then, their match was a disappointment. And
Jimmy and Jay Uso from WrestleMania 40. Jimmy and
Yeah.
Jay. People
yeah,
expected a lot more of that match by virtue of the fact that they are twins and that they did all this shit together. And then what happens? Just,
I think it was
you know,
just like a case of like some of the stupidity in the booking. Like, excuse me, might actually sneeze here. Hold on.
get it. Yeah, boy.
That's me. Sorry.
God bless your soul, Don.
But you got Solo, who's doing what Solo should do and just trying to get out of the cage to avoid the beatdown. And then you got Jacob, who just walks up to the cage. He's like, "No, I don't want to win the title or win this match. I want to beat him up more." Like that. That's so played out. I think in these style of matches where like, what's more important, beating the guy up or being a champion? It should always be being a champion. But
And
Jacob
like
looked like an idiot.
you literally could walk out of the cage, walk right back in, and keep beating up
And then beat
Solo,
his
and you'd be
ass.
United States champion,
Yeah,
right?
like, yeah, that's a very good point.
Nothing's stopping you from doing it.
And
Yeah.
they fucked up. There was another hand tying, but this time it was cuffs. They fucked up that spot by not showing Jacob breaking the cuffs on camera. Like they completely missed that. Like it just seemed
Yeah.
like it was whatever. And the cage was kind of short, which it all was for what happened post match with the moonsault off top of the cage, which was, great. And Jimmy's attempted interference was also fucking hysterical.
Oh, Big Jim. Big
He
big
just
job.
Big Jim got beaten up by Big Tala.
The
What I thought
tallest
was
of tallers.
hysterical, on the note of Jimmy, what I thought was hysterical was the spot where you had what's his nuts, JC Mateo, standing by the cage door, and here's Jimmy scuttling like 5 steps before he super kicks JC in the face, and JC's just looking over this way, totally oblivious to Jimmy just scuttling his ass the length of the ring over and just bop. And it's like, oh my god, like this is Matanza, right? This is the big monster in Lucha Underground. This is the Phenom in New Japan. Well, I want maybe Phenom's a little strong, but great wrestler, but just total
Just
fucking dunce.
it kind of called back to. Do you guys remember when they were leading up to Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon at Mania 34, where Kurt's in the ring, just looking up like oh I'm here, and then Triple H just punches him.
Yeah.
That Olympic caliber ring awareness. Probably got a little rusty being retired, but it's Kurt Angle. I can forgive him.
But I mean, it happened. This is probably the dud of the weekend if I had to give it to anything.
The dud of night 2 for sure.
Yeah, that I will say.
Dominic Mysterio is still Intercontinental Champion. He beat AJ Styles in just under 11 minutes.
Man, this match just made me happy. It was a good match. All the Eddie callbacks. Fucking AJ dyed his kid's hair blonde to make it look
I was
like.
gonna say, did he do that on purpose? I was tripping. I'm like, wait a minute, why the fuck does he look like Dominic? If he came out with a PSP, that would have been peak. I would have marked
They
if
had
he came
Dominic
out
with the
waving a
Switch
fucking
too, like
PS.
last week.
Oh
It was,
yeah,
I mean, everything was a callback to Eddie. It was great. Fucking the finish was fantastic. Another callback for Eddie because Eddie did the same thing against Kurt Angle, WrestleMania 20. So I mean, it was the right
by
winner.
Eddie, do you mean say by Eddie? Do you mean Dom? You said Eddie did the same. Well, Eddie did the same thing as Kurt. Never
To
mind. I'm
Kurt
probably getting
at
tied up
WrestleMania
in
20.
semantics. Yeah, no, the boot spot. Yeah, that was definitely straight out of WrestleMania 20.
Straight
No,
out,
I think
straight out of the Guerrero pocket, and then hopefully now Dom will come out to fucking gangster lean. He won't, but I want him to.
He's not
and
going
his theme
to.
song that he's got now slaps. I like
I
his
like
theme
his
song now.
theme, but like if he's gonna keep doing these Eddie things, may as well give him the heel Eddie theme.
It's not going to happen.
To be
Then
frank,
you feel the heat.
they should honestly, at some point now, they should just. Maybe this is a hot take. They should start just peeling away from the Eddie callbacks, like the wholesale. I mean, great wrestler, one of the best, representatives of lucha libre in WWE history. Gone far too soon, but I mean, I think he's probably the only, maybe outside of like Bret Hart and AEW, is like the only wrestler I can think of who's getting callbacks. I feel like at least once well, more so with Dom being around, but like when you consider
Do we need to start
like Ray
talking about the
Phoenix
next
and
match?
Andrade.
Do we need to start talking about the next match where Cody Rhodes got introduced with Dusty Rhodes colors and
Yeah,
speech? Like they like they like doing that for whatever reason. It's not going to go away anytime soon, I wouldn't say.
no, it's not. But I'll be interesting though. I mean,
Wrestling is
Dom's gonna
anything.
be,
It is a nepotism business.
Just ask
yeah.
Braun
Well, it'll
Strowman.
be interesting on that note too, considering the Mysterio history in AAA. Dom's going into Triple Mania. I think that's how you pronounce it.
I think it's just Triple
At
H.
August, Triple Mania.
I think it's just
Triple
Triple H.
Mania. Well, Triple Mania, sure. He's going into that as Intercontinental Champion. So it'll be interesting to see how that affects his chances of becoming Mega Champion. Be seeing Doble Dom Mysterio here real soon.
Or quadruple El Grande Americano.
That's true. I mean, there are 3 of them, and they're like, I don't know. I love El Grande Americano.
Or whatever it's called.
Huh?
Definitely not Tyler Bate this time around.
No.
No, certainly not.
Definitely
No, not the guy who the
Strong boy with a
Pete
mustache.
Dunne teams with.
Definitely not a big strong boy.
No, someone else uses that headbutt that Grande uses though. Wonder if he'll be the 4th. But any boodle.
Main event. This was a singular, not co-main event. Cody Rhodes is your new WWE champion, not undisputed WWE champion. He's your new WWE champion. He defeated John Cena in 38 minutes.
I'll be honest, I didn't have like high expectations for this, especially after the face turn on Friday, which was just kind of out of nowhere. And especially after the dud that was the WrestleMania main event. We were in house for that. Like we enjoyed it because we were there, but like if watching back, it's not a great match. And then they
No.
just pull out Cena just pulls out everything. Like this he came out, it was just the black screen and then the graphics pop up. He says hi to Stu, like it was just everything it needed to be. They pulled out honestly one of the best main events in SummerSlam history, realistically. Like this was Cena at his best. Like this is the best we've seen Cena in years, in my eyes. And
On
he
this
pulled out
run,
a
for sure.
It was his best match
he
of this
pulled,
run, absolutely.
he pulled out the top rope leg drop, which we haven't seen in years. It has one of the most memeable things ever with the Cody Vader.
Yeah.
The
And
Cena Vader.
It's a Cena Vader now. Cody can't use it ever again.
people were chanting Super Cena, which was something they chanted as like, fuck you, Cena. You know what I mean? Super Cena.
Did
And
they
they were
ever chant
chanting.
for Super Cena?
They
I
never
know it was a
chanted.
meme, but
Every time we talked about it, Super Cena was like, "Oh, here comes Super Cena. He's going to win the match." You
oh
know,
yeah.
and they were chanting it because I mean, Cena's probably going to be the only person ever to kick out of the Triple Crossroads until maybe Cody's retirement match. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm?
this was everything it needed to be, and I'm very happy with it. And it was like a perfect passing of the torch for Cody to be the next Superman.
Yeah, I mean, Cody is very comfortably the face of the company. Like he's when you consider his poise, his business etiquette, his ability to reach people, now utilizing social media and podcasting as a means to get people more eyes on like names in the business. Like Kevin Owens definitely got a huge rub in my eyes from being on Cody's podcast because it showed just how personable he is, right? Like I mean, we always had ideas of that, but when you put him in front of like a WWE product, and then here's Kevin Owens getting skunked with Cody over some mules wearing Zubas, and just Cody, he's got this weird thing of like just bringing out like good personage in people, if that makes any sense. I think the match definitely brought out the best in both competitors, right? Like Super Cena came back for a night, and normally like that would have been fucking anathema for me, right? When I was watching back in like the early 2010s or what have you, but it felt so right in this match, and it was harrowing to see Cena like after all of that, like beaten down as he was, not able to take anymore with everything. And I feel like this match outcome, only the way this was built, only happened on the backs of so many pivots that had to occur, right? Because think of how many things would have been different had Dwayne Johnson not petered out after Toronto. You think of um, I'm trying to think of some
Scott.
other things here. I mean, that's certainly the big one. Yeah, the Travis Scott and his, I don't want to say lack of involvement, but his lack of
This was
worthiness in
kind
that
of the
regard.
fuck you, Travis Scott and Dwayne match.
Yeah,
I mean, effectively,
I think these are just like these are two guys that love professional wrestling, right? And
absolutely.
they are very passionate about everything they do within that space. And they had to have seen what the opinion was of their match at WrestleMania, got together and said, there is no fucking way we are ever doing that again.
Hmm.
Because what we got at SummerSlam was miles better than what we got at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
And
without question.
Kilometers.
That's in the States, unfortunately.
Well,
If it was in Canada,
thank you for being so.
it would be kilometers.
Thank you for your concession, Donnie.
But it was so much better, and part of that I think is just two guys leaning on what they do best, both being faces. Maybe if they don't turn Cena face on SmackDown, which we'll talk about probably why they did that in a minute. Then maybe this match doesn't go as so well because maybe heel Cena can't put on a 37-minute match like that.
They could have turned him face at the end of the match and maybe would have made more sense. But like, I think turning him face on SmackDown, especially with what we know after the match, was the right move. And it helped this match so much. And it just, like, even the part where Cena picked up the belt and he goes, nope, that's not the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to win because I'm fucking Super Cena.
He tried to
And
take
it
notes
was
from
just,
Sami Zayn, but then he realized he wasn't wrestling Karrion Kross.
I think,
I see Brandon laughing.
I don't know. I think, I don't want to throw out the word perfect, but I feel like this is like perfect. I don't
That
know
could
what
have
else
been
to say about
Cena's
it.
final match, and it
If
would
he
have been
retired
better.
after that, that's a perfect retirement match. It's
But
not going to be because we got like 15 more dates, but
no. And one of those
It makes you wonder
dates,
who the hell is going to be his final match.
well, one of those dates is going to be against a returning Brock Lesnar. Yeah, this is
oh,
not this is
okay.
not our debut podcast, or even 2 years before our debut podcast, talking about Brock Lesnar. Uh, Brock Lesnar did make his WWE return, his first match since
His first
SummerSlam
return in 2 years.
Yeah,
2023.
SummerSlam of 23.
Yeah,
Yep.
so he returned post match F5. John Cena after Cody Rhodes had left the ring already.
Okay, so I think Brock coming back is a good and a bad thing. You're kind of talking about a pre-podcast. He is named 44 times in the Vince lawsuit. He's not a defendant in it, so let's get that out there. This isn't a lot of people on Twitter are saying this is a political thing. This is a good thing. This is a bad thing. It's none of that. At the end of the day, WWE is a money business. It's a business about making money. And one of the biggest draws of all time is Brock Lesnar. Even now, that
Yep.
pop when he came out was fucking massive. And we were all texting each other. I said no fucking way. I think one of you two said holy shit. Oh
That
my
was
god.
me,
Like
and
we
I
were all,
laughed. I was laughing a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I found it hysterical knowing like not even just like the pop was huge, and I was like, "Holy shit!" And I just started laughing because I
Michael
knew how
Cole
much
dropped it. Yeah.
fucking Twitter was gonna blow up over it.
and it did
Oh god,
Yeah, it
it
wasted
sure,
no
it
time.
not a
sure
great
did.
way. Um yeah, I mean, I don't think any of us were expecting him to ever come back. His match in 2023 also against Cody was kind of a perfect swan song for the Brock character. And even though that he's back, him and Cena makes at least some sense. It's one of Cena's. He's beaten him clean once, but like he's never really gotten the win back from 2014. I don't know if he'll beat him. I don't want him to, but where we go from here, we'll find out on Friday, and we'll find out why Brock's back. Hopefully, if he shows up, I would expect him to. It makes sense.
In
Um,
Canada,
yeah, in Brock's backyard.
Brock's
yeah,
homeland. Yeah.
because Montreal is the same thing as Saskatoon because it's just Canada. That's how marketing works.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm assuming Brock's yard, knowing how rich he is, takes up as much space as possible.
Yeah.
Knowing Brock,
Didn't you
he
know,
would
Don?
want
We're all a
that much
bunch of.
space for farmland anyway.
I think the
I
distance
was say,
from Saskatoon to Montreal is probably about on par to the distance from like Boston to Dallas, for what it's worth.
we're all yeehaw Texans though in America. Don't you know that, Donnie?
Just
Well,
just
knowing
just for
Brock,
Howdy,
perspective.
y'all.
Just
he
for
wants to buy
perspective.
all of that for hunting land and to make sure he has no fucking neighbors.
I'm actually curious how close I
That's
am in
the
that
dream, bro.
estimate. I'm gonna look that up in a
You're,
second.
I
But
don't think you're right. I think it's probably closer from Boston to like Montana.
I'm gonna say Boston to Dallas.
We'll say
Distance. Hold on.
Detroit
That's
to Helena.
1,768 miles. Apparently, it's in that. And then Montreal to Saskatoon miles. 1,904. It is farther.
I
There you
mean,
go.
yeah.
It is
I would still
farther.
expect Brock to have that much farmland and hunting land.
I'm sure Brock would not have it any other way.
I
You know, it's
always find it
ironic. It's kind of the
comical.
American,
Sorry, I'm gonna just chime in here. I
kind of the
always find it
American dream.
comical. Sorry, let me just say. I
Go
just
ahead.
always find it comical that like every Canada show is listed. Oh, you're in front of the Canadian crowd. Like the Montreal
No,
crowd
you're
is
not.
very different from the Toronto crowd, which is very different from the Calgary crowd, which is very different from the Vancouver crowd, and they're
Yes.
all very, very far apart. Like, but it's all Canada.
But anyway, yeah, Brock's back, and that's like him, hate him, whatever you think about him, especially with the Vince thing. He's a draw. He's a big fucking deal. I don't think he's the next big thing anymore. He's just the big thing.
The Beast incarnate.
Beast incarnate, the beast, the anomaly, whatever you want to call him. When that guitar riff hits, shit's gonna go down. Brock is big time. So let's see what happens next. Brandon, what do you think?
I mean, when I think of, where Cena's at in this point in his career, he's talking about how he's a step behind and he doesn't want to stick around because he knows where he's at. Did Brock look, I mean, granted, it's just a brief little movement, but did Brock look a step behind at all to you compared to his normal or compared to
Brock
how he
is a
was even
different
like
type
10
of
years ago?
athlete to every other person, no matter what their age is. He is a step ahead of every single person. He is a one of
That's what I'm
one type.
saying. He's fucking terrifying because he's 48 fucking years old and it looks like he could still do that bullshit where like he teleported around the ring to clothesline whoever the fuck that was that one time. I know I'm being very specific in this reference, but just my god, dude, like Brock Lesnar and
The alpha
and people
male
were
of our
talking about
species.
yeah, fighting the
It's not a
aliens, bro.
joke. Like it's a real thing.
Yeah.
No, it's absolutely 1,000% true. Like they should save his DNA in the Smithsonian. I'm not. That's not an exaggeration. That should actually be factual. If they're trying, or put him in the seed vault up in the Arctic somewhere. You know what I mean?
I work a deal out with Elon. I'm
But
sure he's got some.
yeah, yeah, they'll figure it. Oh man, but what was I going to say about Brock specifically? I mean, just the fact that you have all these people again, like who are just shitting on the decision of TKO and that to bring it back, and you have Daniel Cormier who's going on TV working us all saying that Brock was on a ban list, right? I mean, and maybe that was so at one point, but I I I do not think he comes back at all. Cleared months ago, whatever, cleared the same day. He doesn't come back at all unless TKO's lawyers and their PR firms and that have combed every single bit of the evidence put forth and or what even could be considered to be evidence and been like they would not have chanced it had there been anything that would have been even remotely incriminating. I feel like the mentions are one thing, sure, and people, they're ready to jump on and flame on about that, like Johnny Storm, but it's, I think it's at the end of the day, like you said, it's a money business, and if this bit of controversy elicits more attention, then all the better for them, all the better for us, because Brock's back, and we get. Do we get Brock versus Gunter? Like, I mean, I know he's basically back on a favor to John Cena. Like, that is another one of the things that I think is the only reason why he's back. I don't know who else wants him back. He didn't need to come back. But now do we get Brock with Gunter? Do we get Brock with Jacob Fatu, Braun Breaker?
Cody
How are
Rhodes.
we seeing Cody Rhodes? Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't even consider Cody in that whole thing. He went straight to John. But, Brock likes being champion too. So, but he didn't even consider Cody in that whole thing.
I do not want to see Brock as champion ever again.
Yeah, so just a
Oh,
couple
he's gonna get
things.
that.
He's gonna get a chance. He's gonna get a chance. He might not win, but he's gonna get a
Yes, yes,
chance. There's no way Brock's coming back without at least one title match. Couple
right.
things. We at the Ope three-way don't condone witch hunts. We'll say that.
No,
Let the legal proceedings dictate what happens. If it ends up that the guy did ethically questionable things but nothing illegal, he's back on TV. Great. There'll be
If
some
he knew
entertaining
what Vince
stuff.
was doing, like if he knew exactly what Vince was doing, get him off TV.
I'm not even getting into the specifics. Like I'm just saying, if he did something illegal, then get him off TV. Do whatever.
yes,
But like otherwise, pro wrestling as a whole is filled with people doing immoral to illegal things. So
yeah,
Constantly.
to draw the line with one or not the other never really made much sense to me. Um, but if he ended up being a piece of shit, get him out. Until that's proven, who the fuck cares?
that's where I'm at.
Yeah. So I'll,
Don is spoken.
I'm excited to see him back. I think there's been multiple times that I've spoken about wanting to see Brock back. I think
Mhm.
the top of the card is better, and even in just like that big box office feel when Brock Lesnar's around. He doesn't need to be champion. I agree with Pierce, but Brock Lesnar matches are money matches. I remember the
Yes.
first PLE I ever went to was SummerSlam 2022 in Nashville. And that
Hmm.
Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns match was incredible. And I've seen him in other matches that haven't been as great. Bobby Lashley at Elimination Chamber Montreal being one.
Hey, with that almost match that you got to see live, that shit slapped.
Yeah, but
Which, speaking of Omos, this is a sidebar. Can he be the next Grande Americano? That would pop me.
I wouldn't mind seeing Omos as a Grande Americano, but um, inevitably, like he's here. Let's see how it goes. Who gives a shit that they canceled press conferences? I don't give a shit. Those questions were stupid, anyways. Um, let's see how it goes, and if he ends up being a piece of shit, get him out. That's all I gotta say.
Oh,
Yep.
fair.
Too bad we
I'm
don't
gonna
get our
give Brock,
opportunity to go
Brock's
up
a
and
draw.
ask. Too bad we don't get our opportunity to go up and ask foolish questions of Triple H, though. You know,
I'm
we
glad those press
could've-
shows are gone. They're such a like as campy and like fan servicey that the post show was this past weekend. Like all just like very safe, very like pro wrestling questions.
yeah,
I would rather hear that than questions about Waffle House or muffins or, um, whoa, what happens next? Knowing that they can't say
you won
shit,
the match. How do you feel?
right?
Like
Like,
how the fuck you think I feel? I feel fucking great.
so,
Uh,
yeah, I would be fine if those press conferences never came back, quite frankly. So, but overall, night two, how do we feel?
I
Hey,
want to give it the same rating, but off the strength of the ladder match, the opener, and the main, I'm gonna go with an 8 out of 10.
yeah, I was gonna give it an 8.5. I was very impressed. Like I genuinely only think that the one bad match was the cage match. Um, Brock coming back was a huge shock. I don't
hmm.
think it was as good as Evolution or Elimination Chamber, but I think it was very, very good otherwise. So yeah,
It's in the top 3 for PLEs this year.
yeah, I would put it third now on the list.
Yeah, I gotta go with your 8.5 assessment there, Don. Um, like I said, right? Like if it's kind of weird to think that we're not going to see John Cena come down with a championship ever again. We get him for a few more months. The champ is no longer here. So, but now he's going to, endure another piss whipping by Brock. Uh, beyond that, we'll see. Like,
that Cena's lost a step. Just do 2014 SummerSlam one more time.
Yeah.
I mean, hell,
Absolutely, Brock
I I don't think
suplex
John
the
Cena's
piss out of him.
I don't think John Cena's body can handle another 25 or whatever fucking German suplexes. I don't think his I think his bald spot's going to get bigger if he has to endure any more punishment of that kind. Um, but it does create intrigue for what they're going to do with him in these next 4 months because they're going to go by like that. If you could pick up the snap on my mic. But yeah,
He's better
does he
than
start
Donnie
to
opening.
Yeah, it was.
ah yeah, we'll see what he does. We'll see if he builds post Brock, if he starts putting over the future and who that is and what that looks like. We've had our speculation and we'll continue to speculate as time goes on.
We sure will.
But
Absolutely.
But that's all we got for today. Anything else you guys wanted
Next
to
week,
add?
I think we got a fun show, don't we?
Yes.
A little lighter.
Yes.
yeah, we got some lighter fare. Little break from the grind, shall we say. If we ever have this draft, I figure if we never have it, maybe
I don't.
do a little mock up ski.
Feel like we're never
A
I,
little
getting
I
bit
there.
don't
of
think it's.
WWE AEW
I
action.
think the draft is gone for at least a while, unless
Yeah,
they
I
do
mean,
the
there's
same
not,
thing they did at the beginning of this year and do that like, oh, superstars can switch brands because they said they're going to this brand now, whatever the fuck they call
not
I
it.
mean,
like
they
they
just do
haven't
it
been
now,
doing that all
anyways.
year.
LA Knight got a title match on Raw.
Yeah,
I mean, he's basically been a Raw superstar for the last 2 months, so
Roman Reigns is on Raw effectively.
He's a free agent.
Like Jimmy Uso will effectively be on Raw soon.
well, I guess we'll see what happens. We'll figure out what we're doing, and
Oh, we sure will.
we'll have some fun. Donnie, you got anything else?
Nope.
Brandon?
And no.
Well, I'll take us home then. Thanks for stopping to the Ope 3-Way. Have a beer on us. We'll see you next time. Have a great night.